What's going on, everybody? And before we jump into the video, I'm going to give you guys a quick sneak peek of what has been going on lately with my YouTube channel. YouTube is roughly flagging 40% of my videos incorrectly, and really the joy of working on YouTube has been trumped by the anxiety that I have to check YouTube every 3 hours or so to see if I'm getting robbed or not. Green means good, yellow means bad. So what I have done, inspired by the leap taken by my boy PC to combat the adpocalypse, I have started a Patreon page. It's something that's been suggested before. I've never felt the need to do it, but now, man, things are getting pretty rough. So the Patreon page is linked in the video description below. There's a bunch of awesome perks for you guys to be able to get involved with videos and the channel like never before. If you feel like supporting me there, I will be forever grateful, and it'll allow me to continue to make daily content for you guys. Thank you guys very much, and enjoy the video. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the realistic rebuild of the Chicago Bears. Has been the most requested team, so I figured let's pop into it. It was one of our more popular ones too in Madden 17. So looking at the Bears, first thing is first. It does sting that we did lose a draft pick. The draft pick they used to move up ahead of the San Francisco 49ers to select Mr. Biscuit himself, Mitchell Trubisky, in the long term. But hey, we got a QB. We got our QB that we're going to work with. I've heard lots of people have struggled with these Bears rebuild, and I think the biggest thing for us is to make sure or try to put everything in the right position for Trubisky to win offensive rookie of the year, so that he can get that bump in dev trait so we can make him the answer. But looking at this team as a whole, I don't understand why this is so tough. There's not really a whole lot of things that you're gonna have to work on here outside of just trying to get younger at certain positions. So you look at the quarterback spot, Trubisky's 79, normal dev trait. Like I said, if you can get him up to a quick dev trait, he's, for sure, he's 79 right now. He should peak into the, high 80s, low 90s, worst case scenario. So we're absolutely set there, and eventually we get Mike Glennon's contract off the books. That will be nice. At the running back spot, Jordan Howard and Tariq Cohen, both 22 years old. That's your 1-2 punch. That's your Howard being your lead back and Cohen being your backup that, vultures, 10 plus touchdowns a year. But also, when we control them during the playoff pushes, Tariq Cohen on third downs. He's an animal, absolute animal. You got a young rookie fullback that you should be able to develop. Wide receivers, definitely where you want to go during the draft and free agency. Meredith at 24, he's 83 overall. He has quick dev trait, so ideally you'll hold on to him. He's 24 for a 5-year rebuild. He really shouldn't regress until his 5th and final year, and by that point, hopefully, he's your wide receiver 2 at best. Wright and Wheaton, they're kind of band-aids. I'm putting Kevin White as our 3rd wide receiver just to see if somehow, some way, we can get him a big year from that 3rd wide receiver spot and we can develop him into something. Expectations aren't super high, but we'll see what happens. As far as tight end's concerned, a little tough to judge because ideally you want Shaheen, your 76 overall rookie, to get plenty of snaps and try to develop him into a starter. But you have Deion Sims ahead of him, 26, 80, and then you have, more importantly, probably your biggest weapon on the offensive side of the ball, Zach Miller, who's 87 overall. He's 32, so he won't offer much in terms of trade bait, but you need to have him in there so the likelihood of Trubisky succeeding will be much higher. So what we're going to do is probably put Shaheen ahead of Sims in terms of the depth chart, but I don't expect a whole lot of Shaheen until really Zach Miller retires or comes contract time. Offensive line, again, probably where you want to work at. We have had good offensive lines fail in rebuilds. I have yet to find out and crack the code and find what the whole chemistry is for offensive linemen here in Madden 18. Leno is 25, not a bad age, but we're going to need a left tackle. Kyle Long at left guard, he's an 80. We got Whitehair, is pretty much the only real set-in-stone piece here on this offensive line at 86 overall center. Sitton's 31, he's 87, but obviously the age is concerned. And then tackle. So both tackle spots and getting younger on the offensive line outside of center is a big-time goal. But with how easy it's been able to draft offensive linemen, I'm not too worried about that. On the defense side of things, Akeem Hicks is nice. He's 27, which is that make or break kind of age here in rebuilds. Hopefully he will be able to hold on for the longevity of this rebuild. From Regina, coming up from Canada. Right defensive end, you got Jay Howard, who I don't even think's on the roster anymore, but Gator bias. We're going to make sure we hold on to him. Plus, Jonathan Bullard, Gator bias. Bullard was a beast, man. I don't really know in real life how he's doing for your Bears, but he was a monster at Florida. D-tackle, you got Goldman. There you have your franchise D-tackle if you can hold on to him. 23, he's 82 overall. Left side linebacker, you got Pernell McPhee at 28. I found 28 like the 1 year over the limit. This was last year in the Madden 17 rebuilds. We'd probably try to trade Pernell McPhee at this point. We'll see what he can do. 28. Middle linebacker, you're set. You have Freeman and Trevathan because they play that 3-4. And then once, obviously, Freeman's 31. He's going to regress. You can put Kotowski in there. He's 24. He's 77 overall. Good tackler. Converted safety from West Virginia. Should be fine. Right outside, but Leonard Floyd, emerging superstar. So I'm not too worried about the linebacking core. Secondary got better. Mukamara, 83. Got Kyle Fuller, 81. Callahan, 77. That's serviceable to start. Fuller, if we can try to get him to develop, has some big years. He should be here for the longevity of this rebuild. Safety of Amos, again, another guy should be set, should be able to develop, do a mid-80s safety, worst case scenario, and strong safety. Kind of a band-aid here in Quentin Demps, solid depth in Eddie Jackson, but you probably will have to address the strong safety position going forward. But all in all, not that bad of a rebuild in my opinion. But then again, we'll see where I'm at and how I feel about this about 4 years down the road. But really, assess, get a young wide receiver in there, draft offensive line, and try to get, some younger pieces there on the defense. For the most part, this shouldn't be that hard. I think we should have a playoff contender by year 3. But that being said, we got to go do the damn thing. So we'll pop back in at mid-season and see, in terms of contract negotiations. We did throw Willie Young up on the trade block because he's not going to get any minutes over Leonard Floyd. We got a 3rd-round pick from New England, and we're going to take that. That's pretty fair for Willie Young, a guy that definitely, if he got starting minutes, can give you double-digit sacks. 6 to 10 sacks, I would say, is his ceiling to floor. So, yeah, we're looking good. We'll sim to the halfway point, see where we're at, and take things from there. All right, so here we are at the mid-season point. This is a tough one because Zach Miller is 87, but he's going to be 32. And we have, Sims is 26, going on 27. He's in the 80s. And then you invested a big draft pick in Shaheen. I think it would be counterproductive, really, to try to hold on to an older tight end. Hicks will bring back. He's 27. He's 86. Very influential for our defense. Should be good into 30-31. Meredith will be coming back. I say that as they'll be coming back. Everything outside of the Giants rebuild, we've been able to re-sign 98% of the guys. And the Giants rebuild literally could not sign anyone. Hopefully John Fox is better negotiating. So Hicks will be back. Meredith will be back. Amukamara, 28. He's 83. I think he only wants a 2-year deal. So a 2-year deal is fair because once he's 30, we can flip for him. So we'll try to get Amukamara back. Fuller's in our long-term plan. Outside of that, maybe try to get a couple depth guys. But those are the big dudes we're going to try to bring back in. And then we'll pop back at the end of the season. All right, here we are at the end of the first season, and to no one's surprise, we did not make the playoffs. But how did we do overall? 7-9. I think that's a respectable grade here for the Chicago Bears. Look at the stats on the year. Mr. Trubisky, 3,400 passing yards, 31 touchdowns to 15 interceptions, got sacked 40 times. That's pretty good. We might have won Rookie of the Year. We'll take a double check on that. We might have won Rookie of the Year, which would be real nice to get that quick dev trait. As far as running the ball, 13, we'll say 1,200 yards, 12 TDs for Jordan Howard. We got 533 and 8 from Cohen. So obviously that is our two-headed monster we want going forward. As far as receivers concerned, Zach Miller, 77 catches, 876 and 7. Kevin White, almost 900 yards and 9 TDs. So putting him in that 3rd wide receiver spot certainly looked very, very smart. Meredith was almost 700 yards and 8 touchdowns as well. It's not a bad year whatsoever. As far as defense is concerned, we got 131 tackles from Freeman, 122 from Trevathan, 113 from Pernell McPhee to go in hand with his 13 sacks and 2 picks. That is a monster season for Pernell McPhee. 7 sacks, Jay Howard, 6.5 Hicks, 6 for Leonard Floyd. A little low for Leonard Floyd. As far as interceptions are concerned, 3 for Amukamara, 3 for Amos, 2. Not a whole lot of interceptions. Definitely need to get a little bit more better playmaking out of our secondary. Looking at the yearly awards quickly, MVP went to Aaron Rodgers in the NFC Offensive Player of the Year. Let's just see if any Bears showed up. Defensive Player of the Year, Pernell McPhee coming in at number 5. Freeman at number 10. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Mr. Trubisky. So there we go. We got the quick dev trait, which is real, like 100% what we need to do. Somehow Brian Hill is number 2 for Atlanta. That doesn't make any sense. But that is awesome. Awesome to see. Cohen coming in at number 6. So our rookies, Cohen's up to an 81. That is, that's trade bait right there if we need to down the line. Defensive Rookie of the Year. We didn't have anyone that made that short list. Best QB, Mr. Biscuit coming in at number 10. Best running back, we got Jordan Howard coming in at number 6. Best wide receiver, no one. Best offensive lineman, I'm pretty sure Cody Whitehair didn't even give up a sack and he didn't make it. Come on. Defensive lineman, no one. Linebacker, we got Pernell McPhee coming in at number 2. Freeman at number 9. And for defensive back, no dice. But overall, we got that quick dev trade for Trubisky, which is exactly the way we want to start off this rebuild. So now let's go into the offseason, try to improve this team, but more so dominate in the draft. All right, looking at free agency, not a whole lot there. We got about $40 million in the bank to work with, so we've just thrown out a couple, flyers, a punter, depth, a kicker. But Larry Ogunjobi would be nice. 24. We'd move from a defensive tackle to a defensive end, put him opposed to Keem Hicks. I mean, we're lowballing all these guys because none of them are really that exceptional. I would like to get Ogunjobi, to be honest with you, but I do have a couple good leads for this upcoming draft, so if we miss on all these guys, I think we're going to have one of our better drafts, judging on some of the players we have scouted. So we'll see if we get these guys. We'll pop in the draft next. All right, so looking at our draft class, didn't go the way we wanted. I had an absolute stud left tackle, which is why we didn't go after a tackle in free agency. We missed out on him, so we had to go to plan B, which is not great for the health of Mitchell Trubisky for the upcoming year. But that was a corner, an 81 overall corner, who just happened to have superstar dev trait. So we made it Jair Alexander from the University of Louisville, debatably the top corner in college football today. Then in the second round, we got Kevin White's brother from West Virginia, Kaiser White, 78 overall, strong safety with normal dev trait. So, I mean, add some more competition there. Quentin Demps is getting old. I think he's 33 now, so we definitely need to start thinking about the future there. So Kaiser White definitely adds some competition with Eddie Jackson. We got a 73 guard, 74 DN, 72 D tackle, 74 right tackle, who we're probably going to have to slide to left tackle. Then we got Johnny Townsend, the punter from Florida, 75 overall punter, which is nice. I was kind of hoping maybe we can get a punter with superstar dev trade. I don't even know if that exists. Then we just took a gamble with a 7th round projected undrafted left tackle who put up 30 on the bench and for some reason only has 82 strength. Explain that one. But, overall, outside of left tackle, very good draft class. And we have one of the best, if not the best, cornerback prospect we've been able to draft. So that being said, let's pop into year number 2, see if we can improve upon 7 and 9. All right, so as we get ready for year number 2, very worried about our tackles right now with Bobby Massey and Jordan Morgan as our 2 tackles. Could be a lot better. Could be definitely a lot better. Maybe we'll try to slide the 75 tackle to left tackle. I don't know yet. Work in progress. Interior looks pretty nice, though. We're going to go with Shaheen here, actually, as starting tight end. Let's modify that and have Sims at 2. Trubisky's up to an 82. Quick dev trait. We got Howard 89. Cohen 81. Stevenson's up to an 81, so that's good grade for a fullback. Meredith White, who was pretty decent last year, we'll keep him at the wide receiver 3 spot to see if we can keep trying to juice his score up there a little bit. But offensively, we're not looking super hot. Defensively, definitely trending in the right direction. Amos and Floyd are the 2 guys that are still developing in a very nice time. Nice players for us. Linebackers are getting up there in age, but they're nice. We're going Kaiser White, the rookie, starting at strong safety. Same goes for Jair Alexander, who will be our starting corner with an 82 overall. We have Fuller's an 81, Amukamara 81. So our secondary looking young with upside. Defensive line on the other side, Hicks is good. Goldman is nice. Hopefully he can continue to develop. We got Stevie T coming over from the Bucks. We're going to give our boy, do we let Bullard? Maybe we'll go with the rookie here. Thorpe, 75. See what he can do, what he can bring to the table. I think he has quick dev trait, so that could be nice to quickly, sleeper for a guy that can develop. Overall, though, I'm going to be completely honest with you, this roster is probably as strong, maybe slightly stronger than they were last year. But then again, look at the big notable difference. We don't have 87 tight end anymore. So it's going to be interesting to see, but if we can get up like 7, 9, 8, and 8 and have a better draft class so that we can assess the offensive line, especially the tackle spots, we'll be fine. But it's more so, hopefully the tackles aren't so bad that Trubisky can't develop this year, but we're going to have to wait and see. So we'll pop back in at the midseason point. If there's any contracts we need to talk about, let's go. All right, so looking at some contracts here, we got some oldies. We have some old players. The way that I'm seeing this, Freeman can probably go because I want to get Nick Witkowski in there sooner than later and really build up the new pairing of him and Danny Trevathan. Josh Sitton, on the other hand, only wants a 1-year deal, and with how not great our offensive line is looking right now, I think we're definitely going to bring him back on a 1-year deal. Amos is in our plans long-term. Same with Eddie Goldman. The rest of these guys, we could probably let hit free agency if we want to bring them back. We can look at the negotiating there. I will say at the halfway point, I'll give you a sneak peek only when things are good. We're 6-1. I don't know how to explain that, but we're 6-1. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, so we have a bye. Oh my god. Oh my god. 13-3. I guess the key to rebuilds this year is to have a terrible offensive line with one of the worst offense. Probably, I'm gonna go and say right now, the worst offensive line we have had at any point in our rebuilds. How many rebuilds we've done? 4 or 5? The worst. We go 13-3. I cannot explain that to you people. Year 2? I was expecting year 3 we might be competitive. So is Trubisky that much of an animal? I mean, that's actually pretty decent right there. We got 3,600 passing yards, 30 TDs, 14 picks. The 51 sacks is certainly reflective of our offensive line play. But I mean, that's back-to-back nice campaigns there for Trubisky. He probably should be able to get up to the mid-85, like 85, 86 after this. Jordan Howard's look at that, two-headed running back attack. That's all you need. 1,400 yards, 11 TDs. Jordan Howard, 590 and 11 from Tariq Cohen. So maybe that's the key that you need to have. As far as receiving is concerned, Shaheen 70 catches, 772 and 4. We got 838 and 4 from Meredith, 1,013 from Kevin White. We're gonna make sure we resign that guy. That dude is finally developing. Keep him at that wide receiver 3 spot, and things are looking good. I mean, Howard and Cohen. Cohen got 5 receiving touchdowns, so that's a little bit better reflective of his receiving ability. I mean, the fact our running backs took over. Jordan Howard, Tariq Cohen show. I'm going to say that's why. Look at the offensive line. What happened here? Whitehair, no sacks. We got no sacks from Sitton. Oh, my God. Tackles. I mean, Morgan's not bad. 10 sacks getting up. It's not bad for a 76, but that is horrendous. Defensively, was that how we got done? We got 122 tackles from Freeman. 102 from Jair Alexander to go with. 12.5 sacks McPhee. 12 from Leonard Floyd, so that's a great season from him. 9 from the rookie Rayvon Thorpe. He's not even a dude. That's just some random creative guy that we got in like the 5th round. That's nice. Hicks here with 5 sacks. We got 5 picks, Amos. 5 from Jair Alexander as a rookie. We may have a defensive rookie of the year, which would definitely... Well, he's already sitting at a superstar dev trait, but his overall must look pretty nice. We got 4 picks, Freeman, 4 Trevathan, 4 Fuller, 3 Amuka Mara, 1 for Kaiser White. I'm very happy with this defense. So defense and run game, old school football is what I got it done here for the Chicago Bears. Looking at the yearly awards, MVP went to Aaron Rodgers. How does the QB of the surprise team not even get on this? NFC Offensive Player of the Year. We have no one. Not one single player. Defense. Okay, we got McPhee at 3, Freeman at 4. Still, man, I think our team's getting slept on here. For Offensive Rookie of the Year, we had no one show up. For Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jair Alexander. He's up to an 84 right now. Probably has some XP sitting in the bank. So, I mean, tremendous pickup there. Thorpe's at 5. He's a 76 right now. Again, probably has some decent XP that we could probably juice his rating up a little bit. Kaiser White at number 8. So, defensively, we're doing pretty... Oh, he's up to an 82. Let's go. Best QB, Trubisky coming at 6. Best running back, we got Jordan Howard coming in at number 6 as well. For wide receiver, we got Kevin White coming in at number 7. Offensive line, we got Cody Whitehair here at 6. For defensive line, we have no one. All right, linebacker, we got McPhee at number 4. Freeman at 7. Floyd at 10. Defensive back, our boy Jair Alexander, coming in at number 3. Amos at number 7. So defense wins championships apparently. We're going on a hell of a run. And usually at year 2, I'm not even going to be Papa Bear. I'm just going to play the moments, go to get my imprint. But this is too good to pass up on. So we will be playing the moments, trying to let the sim do most of the work, but we will step in when need be. I mean, look at this. Let's go right now. Who do we play in the divisional round? Hopefully not Green Bay. The Dallas Cowgirls, 11-5 Dallas, coming to Soldier Field. Let's pop in this. Let's see what the hype's about. Down 14-3. I think it's about time for Pop Bear to come in the red zone here. Try to make this a 14-10 ball game before. I think we might have a chance to score here before the end of the half again. All right, we'll go. There we go. Hey, Trubisky's a little bit of a scrambler, baby. He's a wild card. He's an absolute wild card. First rushing touchdown for Mitchell Trubisky. Maybe that's his first one of the year. That's a must-need TD here to give us an opportunity Just not be down 2 touchdowns? I don't know. Alright, so we missed the extra point, which means we're definitely coming back in the red zone here. And note to self, if we score a touchdown, I'm going to need to take control here of the kick. Alright, let's see if we can go to Kevin White, who's been an absolute superstar. Oh my god, Kevin White. Is he a low-key diamond in the rough? Did they make him... Is one of the development... Was the Madden ratings guy, even though we all know he was incredibly one-sided to the Dallas Cowboys, was he like a fan of West Virginia? You know, can we get his alma mater, you know? All right, first and goal on the 3. Let's hit it with a nice slant here. Let's put this game on the shoulders of Mr. Biscuit. Let's do this. We're gonna throw on the run and hit Kevin White right in the ass cheek. Second and goal. We probably should run the team. I mean, we only had, what, 30 touchdowns running the ball. Let's see if we can run it up in the inside. Get it up in there nice and deep. Right in that nook and cranny. Will this work? Jordan Howard goes in for the touchdown. Go ahead touchdown. Hopefully we can go into halftime with this lead. Classic. Let the team go all the way down the field and get points for the end of the first half. We'll go 2-minute drill. See what this team... Oh, we got a touch! I don't know what that was. Is that a touchdown or something? Something crazy happened. It's a 1-point ball game. We got some more points there. 28-23. Third down. We're not going to come in yet. Third down. We're not going to come in yet. Red zone. We will come in. Let's run this thing out. Come on, let's beat Dallas. Hashtag beat Dallas. First and 10. See the monster Jordan Howard. This is like a revenge game for Howard. You saw Zeke Elliott come to the league. Just be slightly better than him. Gets all the accolades. Gets all the headlines. Guy like Jordan Howard just pounding away. Feels a little disrespected. So this is his time. His moment to shine against Dallas. To prove he is the superior running back in the National Football League. We'll throw it right there to Cam Meredith, who gets it up to the 1-yard line, which you know that is now Jordan Howard territory to take over and punch this one in. So we'll go up the middle again. It seemed to work pretty well the first time, and this should put this game out of reach. I mean, there is, you know, I do feel like there is scripting in this game, so there's Jordan Howard. Great run blocking. Shout out to this not good offensive line for tremendous run blocking. P.D. Howard. While it lasted. I love this game. Madden 18 is the best game ever. I love the sim. Let's jump into year 3. Yeah, year 3. God, I hate this game. Alright, so looking at free agents, not a lot there right now, guys. Weak class, so we're going to bring back Kevin White, who's a monster for us, keeping him at wide receiver 3. And then just depth safety, 24 years old Morrison here. Created guy, just to back up Amos. Other than that, nothing there. But the good news is, after this season, we will be able to get Mike Glennon's $7+ million cap off the books, which hopefully going to year number 4, if we don't win the Super Bowl, which, let's be honest, we've seen in Madden, if you make the playoffs, you're most definitely going to get like 5 wins max the next year. But yeah, at least we'll have some more money going next season. Hopefully some worthy free agents. I mean, right now, look at that. Old, have a running back. Old, like just old dudes right now. No stars yet. So let's jump into the draft. Hopefully we can draft some offensive linemen and get this damn thing done. Alright, so looking at our draft class, finally a good draft class. I mean, last year we did get an absolute star at corner, but we needed offensive linemen. Luckily enough, we did pick late because of our success. We were still able to have a really good draft. So in the first round at pick 30, we got Clelin Ferrell from Clemson, 78 overall. Ferrell is one of the better young, ton of hybrid players. I think he could succeed in a 3-4 and or a 4-3. So we'll put him in there as eventual depth. Maybe to succeed Akeem Hicks. Second round pick 30, we got Connor McGovern, the right guard from Penn State, lead blocker for Saquon Barkley. 78 overall with quick depth traits. So there we go. Starting to build up this offensive line. We need to start thinking past Kyle Long and Josh sitting at the guard spots. Third round, we get an absolute stud wide receiver. He was projected to go in the 5th, but I knew we couldn't pass up on him. 79 overall wide receiver with normal depth trait. We made a Deebo Samuel from South Carolina, one of the more electrifying players in college football today. We just got a decent right tackle. We didn't touch him or anything. 4th round, 75 overall from Hawaii. God, they need to add Hawaii as a relocation city next year, just for the lulz. And then we actually have our potential starting left tackler in the 5th round, Brian O'Neill from Pitt. Quick depth trait, real prospect from Pitt. A really talented left tackle. A lot of people think that he may declare in the 2018 draft. We have him here coming in the 2019. Good size, little bit. I mean, he could bulk up a little bit, could add 10 more pounds. That's a good pick. 6th round, we got a 69 wide receiver. 7th round, we took a flyer on our first undrafted player that I can remember in any of our rebuilds, and he turns out to be a 72 overall safety, so I will take that on any given day. But overall, definitely a really strong draft class to pair with last year's class. Hopefully these offensive linemen can pan out, and Deebo Samuel's got to be, he's probably going to be a starter this year. Him, Kevin White, and Cameron Meredith. So that being said, now it's time to pop into year number 3 to see if we can improve upon our 13-3 record, but I'm fully prepared for us not even to get like 5 wins. Alright, here we go as we get ready for year number 3 to build upon our not only NFC North Division title, to repeat, to get 13-3 again. Maybe we can go 14-2. How about that? Looking at our team, pretty good. Trubisky's up to an 85. He has a quick dev trait. We got Howard, 93. Cohen, 83. Stevenson, 85 for our backs. Our wide receivers, we have Cam Meredith, who's an 86. Deebo Samuel, our 3rd round draft pick, with an 80. And Kevin White is 75, even though he put up 13 touchdowns last year. After when we got Kevin White, he was already damaged goods, so I wasn't really expecting him to develop a whole lot. But as long as he performs well, his overall doesn't really bother me. As far as offensive line is concerned, we're going with Brian O'Neill, our 5th round draft pick at left tackle. He's a 78. We got long, white hair sitting. And then I believe McGovern was our 2nd round pick, or 2nd or 3rd round guard. He's actually an 80 right tackle, so we're going to slide him into right tackle for the time being. Don't know if that's going to be his permanent position. We got Shaheen here, 81 overall tight end. On the defensive side of things, our safeties are looking decent. Amos is an 85. Kaiser White's an 80 and developing. Linebacking core, we have McPhee, Kwiatkowski, Trevathan, and Leonard Floyd. So a mix of experience and guys with still plenty of upside. Front 3, we have Clelin Ferrell. Our 1st round draft pick will be starting at defensive end, along with Akeem Hicks and Eddie Goldman in the middle. And look at this, Jair Alexander, after winning Defensive Rookie of the Year, up to a 92 overall into his 2nd season. He may be the best rookie we've drafted so far. That's awesome. I want to try to get him to a 99 now. We still have Kyle Fuller and Prince Amukamara there. So, that being said, I'm going to make our season goal this year to at least, at the minimum, go back to the playoffs. Now, years past with the sim, you come off a big win. I've said countless times already. You usually do terrible the next year. Let's see if that's the case. See if we can buck the trend. All right, here we are at the midseason. I'm going to show you this before because usually, like I said, I only ever show you the record here at contract time if it's something worth, looking at. Here's our record at the halfway point. 13-3 was the Super Bowl contender. We're 0-7 right now. So there's the sim for you. Just in case we're able to turn around, finish 9-7 or something crazy like that. But look at the contracts. Howard, we're going to do everything in our possibility to bring him back. Same goes for Cordy Whitehair. Same goes for Leonard Floyd. The rest of these guys, we may be looking to move on. Kwiatkowski will come back. But for most of these people, we're getting younger. So it's probably the end of the line for Josh Sitton. Trevathan is an interesting one. We don't have a linebacker ready to take over. Linebackers are kind of easy to draft in Madden. Same goes for Pernell McPhee. These are tough ones, man. We'll wait and see what these guys, but we're making sure we can lock down our big three, our big young core of our quick and dev players. But we're 0-7. You serious? All right, so here we are at the end of year number 3, and boy, oh boy, 3-13 a year ago, 13-3 a year ago, 3-13 this year. So I guess we just pulled the Carolina Panthers. I don't know. I honestly have no answer to this. Maybe we can look. Maybe we'll be able to find the answer in the stats on the year. Trubisky, 4,000 passing yards, 26 touchdowns, 20 picks. That's definitely a step in the wrong direction. But when you're 3-13, those are both all right numbers for your QB. Run the ball, 1,200 yards, 6 TDs for Howard, 508 for Cohen. So that's pretty much this normal. A little bit less rushing touchdowns for Howard, but that's not bad. That's a good two-headed running back attack. As far as receiving, Kevin White's a monster in the sim once again. 83 catches, 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns. Deebo Samuel had an all right year. Same for Shaheen. Meredith, there's no touchdowns there. Yards-wise, it's not bad, but those touchdowns are pretty low. Anyone outside Kevin White. I'm gonna go with the guess that our tackles here. Brian O'Neill giving up 34 sacks. Kind of throwing him into the fire. McGovern looked pretty decent, so I don't know. With Neal, like I said, it's tough with tackles. He'll still probably have a bunch of XP that we can develop. That's unexplained. That's as about unexplainable as a 13-3 team that only got better. Didn't really lose anyone going 3-13. Defensively, we got 115 tackles. Trevathan, 113. Kwiatkowski. On the sack front, we got 9.5 for Leonard Floyd. For interceptions, 6 from Jair Alexander, who's a stud. 4 for Fuller, 4 for Trevathan. So just a down year everywhere. I don't even really know if I want to look at the yearly awards. MVP went to Tom Brady's replacement. God, it's so good that the Patriots were able to find a suitable replacement there. Let's just quickly see if any Bears show up. I'm not expecting any Bears to be in any of these. We got Deebo Samuel, number 5 for Offensive Rookie of the Year. We got Clelin Ferrell at number 6 for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Any Bears? Number 1 wide receiver went to Kevin White, so let's show some respect to him. He's actually playing like a monster. No one on offensive line for sure. No one on defensive line. A linebacking core. No love to Trevathan. Jair Alexander coming as number 2 defensive back. Kyle Fuller at number 6. But just absolute wash throwaway of a year. I guess, now we're going to hopefully have some decent money to make some moves in free agency to try to improve this team as we get ready for year number 4. All right, so looking at free agents here, this is usually where you might get some juicy ones, and we're going all in. We have no more Mike Glennon. Older guys are gone, so we're going in on Chris Jones from the Kansas City Chiefs. We're currently leading to get him. I don't know if we will land him. He was one of the players I deemed cursed in Madden 17. Every time we signed him, our team seemed to do bad, but maybe we can see if we can buck that trend. And we're also going to try to go in here on Deion Jones. Larry Tunsil is here at left tackle, but I have signed him a couple times. I don't want to keep using the same prospects. That's the reason why I started realistic rebuilds, because in every other person's rebuilds, they use the same 5 players every year. So we're going to take a pass here on Tunsil, which could bite us in the ass, as O'Neal gave up 30-some sacks last year. But he's almost an 80. You stick with them. We're not going to pull an Eric Flowers Giants scenario, but we're going to stick with them for at least one more year. So we can land Deion Jones, which I feel more comfortable landing Jones than I do both Joneses. If we can get both Joneses, we'll be looking real good heading into the draft. All right, so looking at our draft class as we get ready for year number 4, we had the first overall pick. So going for, that was a bad year. So we got the best tackle prospect I've seen. I've got a couple 82s last year, never got an 83 before. Greg Little, left tackle, superstar. He was a right tackle initially. When I moved him to left tackle, he got bumped up to an 83, which is looking nice. Superstar dev trait, bona fide #1 overall pick, which is looking good, exactly what we need, and I'm already prepared for this to be an absolute bust of a pick, giving up 50 sacks. I'm already prepared for that, but we need to shore up the left tackle spot. The rest of the picks weren't so great. In the second round, we got a 73 overall wide receiver with slow dev trait. He was the first pick in the second round. We had a couple other wide receivers I was looking at. That was not great. So we went with the other one that we wanted in the third round. He's a 76 overall with normal dev trait, Perry Ferguson. We're not going to modify him to anything, but hopefully he can add some good depth. Fourth round, we got a 78 overall right tackle with normal depth trait, Pierce Smith from Louisiana Monroe. Sixth round, we got Johnny Bravo at the center spot from South Florida. That's awesome. One of my favorite cartoons as a kid. So, hey, baby. We got 73 overall D tackle here in the sixth round, normal depth trait. And then the seventh round, we just went with an undrafted free agent, projected anyway, left tackle at 34 on the bench press, and he turns out to be a 71 overall tackle. I was just shooting at the breeze there, but there we go. We have our second superstar pick of this Bears rebuild. First was Jair Alexander. He's already up to a 94, I think it is. So hopefully Greg Little can shore up that left tackle spot, give Trubisky what he needs here to make another Super Bowl run in year number 4. We also signed Chris Jones and Deion Jones in free agency, so our defense is looking nice as well. All right, so as we jump into year number 4, let's take a peek at our team. Looking good. I mean, everything looks like this should not be a 3-13 team. Trubisky, pretty much everyone's growth on the offensive side got stunted last year because of how bad they were. So Trubisky's still sitting at 85, Howard 83, Cohen 84. Wide receivers, we got Meredith, who's an 86. We're keeping Kevin White, who's been a bona fide star for us in that wide receiver 3 spot. Debo Samuel's up to an 82. Shaheen 83. We're going to put O'Neal, who gave about 30-some sacks at left tackle. We're going to have him start at right tackle. We have McGovern here at right guard, Whitehair at center, Kyle Long at left guard, and our big franchise tackle, Greg Little, 84 overall as a rookie, superstar dev trait. Let's see how many sacks he gives up. I'm a little nervous. Defense, we're looking decent, man. Adrian Amos, Kaiser White, that's all B's, B+. Linebacking core, I mean, we do need to prepare for Pernell McPhee to ultimately just start to suck. But 83 is still not bad. Kwiatkowski and Deion Jones in the middle is very athletic middle linebacking core with Leonard Floyd. Jair Alexander's a 94 with Kyle Fuller here, who's an 83. Front 3, we got Chris Jones, 91, Eddie Goldman, 84, and Hicks, who's an 83, sorry. I'm thinking maybe we put Farrell there. You know what? We'll go with that. We'll put Clellan Farrell there because he's a little bit younger. And maybe if we have to take this to a year 5, that will certainly help us out, as Hicks is certainly on the downgrade. Looking for our goal. I'm not even going to set our goal this year because it seems like when we set the playoffs, we were just doomed to fail. Actually, we can't even leave this screen. All right, let's go make the playoffs. Let's go. Simple as that. Let's make this playoffs. All right, so here we are at contract time. And, regardless of if this is going to work or not, we've set our bed, but now we're going to lay in it with Mitchell Trubisky. We got Shaheen we're going to bring back. Cohen we need to bring back. Outside of that, it's pretty much depth guys, so a lot of our money, which we had a decent amount, is going to be taken up with these 3 players, but I do believe these 3 guys are influential and will be pretty critical if we want to try to win a Super Bowl here with the Chicago Bears. Alright, here we are at the end of year number 4, and seeing that is never a good sign when your practice squad players get signed. I swear to God, if we have like 3 wins again. We finished 9-7. That's not great, not bad. I mean, the NFC North looked really competitive with 11-5 and 10-6 within the own division. So 9-7, at least we're going in the right direction here for a big final year in year number 5. Taking a quick look here at our stats, we did re-sign Trubisky, Shaheen, and Cohen. Trubisky on the year, 3,700 passing yards, 32 touchdowns, 16 picks. That's not bad. That's what I like to see. Running the ball, we got 1,300 yards and 11 touchdowns for Jordan Howard, 569 and 7 from Cohen. So the Thunder and Lightning have been acceptable throughout the entirety of this rebuild. Looking at the raw receivers, we got 72 catches, 800 yards, and 5 TDs for Shaheen, 734 and 8 from Samuel, 760 and 5 from Meredith, 869 and 8 for Kevin White. That's a down year for Kevin White. Look at his stats, though. He's been a diamond in the rough. Look at his 2 years with me. 3 years. 1,000 yards, 13. 1,314. 8 and 8. He's a beast, man. He's a low-key stud in the sim. As far as... Oh, no. Come on. Only 17. 17 sacks given up by an 84. I think he's up to an 86 right now. Superstar left tackle. I mean, in real life, that's unrealistic for that to actually happen. But, hey, we'll take that. It's not the 30-plus that I was expecting. O'Neal gave up 8. The offensive line held up pretty nice. On the defensive side of the ball, 109 tackles, Kwiatkowski, 106, Deion Jones, 100, Pernell McPhee. On the sacks front, we got 12 sacks, Floyd, 10.5, Farrell, 10 McPhee, 10 Chris Jones. So Chris Jones might not be necessarily cursed. That's what I like to see. Looking at interceptions, we got 6 from Deion Jones, 5 from Jair Alexander, 4 for Kaiser White, 2 for Amos, 2 for Eddie Jackson. So all in all, when you think that we were 13-3 2 years ago, it's not looking that great as Blake Bortles wins the MVP here. But, like I said, everything's trending in the right direction for at least us to be competitive in our 5th and final year. Let's see if any Chicago Bears showed up on any of these short lists. Not looking so hot. Not looking so hot. QB. There we go. Trubisky coming at number 7 for quarterbacks. Jordan Howard coming at number 6 for running backs. As far as wide receivers, we got no one. Offensive lineman, we got no one. Defensive lineman, we got Chris Jones coming in at number 7 for best linebacker. We got Leonard Floyd at number 5, Deion Jones at number 7, and Pernell McPhee at number 10. So our 2 free agency signings, the expensive ones, have kind of paid out. And for defensive backs, come on, show some love. Kaiser White 7, Jair Alexander 8. Jair Alexander, I'm going to go and say right now, he's sitting at a 95. He's the best prospect we have drafted to date. But that's still, we don't have a Super Bowl to show for it. So now let's pop into year 5. Hopefully we can spend some stupid money and do some dumb things in free agency. Bring in some big players and make a good push here in our 5th and final season. All right, so year 5 free agency is always where things get unbelievably whack. We have $26 million. It's our final year, so what's good of it for us to hold on to it? So we're going after 3 big-time playmakers. Middle linebacker Dante Hightower to pair him with Deion Jones. He's the veteran presence I think our defense needs to pair. We got Pernell McPhee for veterans to get that defense over the hump. We got Feeney here at right guard who will slide because we absolutely need a starting left guard right now. Our left guard right now is like a 76. Then we have Chris Godwin at the wide receiver spot. As much as I like my boy Kevin White, I mean we need more studs at wide receiver. That could be the one defining reason why we're not winning is we don't have a superstar wide receiver. But then again, it's so hard to get a superstar wide receiver. If they don't come available in free agency, trades are impossible. It's tough to draft them. So we're going to see if we can get a guy like Chris Godwin in to really have a well-rounded wide receiver core with a tremendous offensive line and a great defense, if that'll be good enough to get us to at least the playoffs one more time in year number 5. So here in year number 5 of the draft, after all those good free agents, Chris Godwin, Dante Hightower, and Dan Feeney. We only got Hightower, so we went in all Al Davis mode and drafted speed. So in the first round, pick 19, we got an 82 overall wide receiver, 97 speed, 96 acceleration. Only, he's short, 5'8", 176. Normal dev trait, but getting that 82, that's probably the best wide receiver we've been able to draft. Then the second round, I had, the lead on these 2 guys. I know we didn't need to go back-to-back wide receiver, but these guys were the 2 top players I scouted. So in the second round, we get a 79 overall wide receiver, a little bit taller from Vandy, 97 speed, normal dev trait. Third round, a 76 guard here from UCLA, normal dev trait. Fourth round, 78 guard, normal dev trait. We're going to have to basically move these guys around as, right, those are the best guys, but we need to fill up the interior. So maybe one of them will start at left guard. I don't know. We got a 92 speed safety here in the 5th round, normal dev trait. And then we just went back-to-back on some flyers at corner. Burners. Both had 7, I think he had a 7.7 combine and Pete had a 7.9 combine. So I was like, let's just throw it in the wind, see what we can get. But tremendous pick here in Powell, who probably will get a lot of starting minutes for us as we try to make a Super Bowl push here in year number 5. Overall, though, I mean, to be honest, last year's draft, even though we had the stud left tackle, was pretty bad. But 4 out of 5 drafts, I'll be happy with that. All right, here we are. Year number 5, do or die. Set our goal. It's the Super Bowl or bust right now, baby. Looking at our team. Not the strongest team we've had for all of our sims that have gone to year number 5, but still, I think, good enough to compete. Trubisky's an 86. has kind of struggled to develop even with that quick dev trade. Our run game stays on fire. Wide receivers, we have no superstar, but the collective unit, no one below a B. Meredith 86, Debo Samuel 83, and Powell 83. Tight end Shaheen's at 84. Offensive line pretty much stays the same. Greg Little's up to an 87, which is nice to see. Defensively, we look really good. This is going to be a team that's going to get by on our defense. Our safeties, Amos and White, 87 and 85 respectively. Linebacking core is very nice. 88 Floyd, 90 Jones, 90 Hightower, 82 McPhee. Defensive front three, Farrell 83, Goldman 84, Chris Jones 91. And then we have the best player we have been able to draft, Jair Alexander, sitting at a 95. So we got 81 Fuller. Hopefully he's not a weak link. Hopefully you don't play a lot of nickel. We have to have our nickel on the field for too much. But overall, this is, interesting. I'm going to say, probably 10, 11 wins, 10, maybe 12 wins. If things go well, it's going to come down to that offensive line and our run game again. I feel confident. I'm going to say that. I feel confident that we should be able to make at least a playoff push here. So that's, no point stopping in. Looking at contracts, we're going to go all the way to the end of the regular season. And hopefully we can make a push here in the playoffs to try to get a Super Bowl at the dying moment of the Bears rebuild. All right, here we are at the end of year number 5. It looks like we made the playoffs and got a bye. How did this happen? 15-1. 15-1. So we go 13-3, 3-13, 15-1. Madden. That is Madden for everyone. 15-1? We almost went undefeated. And this team's slightly better than our 3. I don't know what happened. This team is slightly. Literally the only thing difference is Greg Little's a year better. We got a new wide receiver too. And defensively, we brought in Dante Hightower. I don't know what to tell you guys. Madden. That is Madden this year. Looking at our stats on the year. Trubisky had his best year of his career, no doubt. 4,100 passing yards, 37 TDs, 8 interceptions, running the ball, smash and dash, their best year together. 1,400 yards and 14 TDs for Jordan Howard, 693, and 13 for Derek Cohen. As far as receivers concerned, no one broke 1,000 yards, but the rookie Powell looked nice, 76 for 883 and 6. Shaheen, 761 and 7. Meredith, 890 and 8. Debo Samuel, 922 and 11. But no 1,000-yard receiver. As far as offensive line is concerned, look, two starters didn't give up a sack. Only 8. There you go. So, Greg Little did cut his sacks given up in half. So, good for him. On the defense side, Deion Jones, 126 tackles, 103 for Dante Hightower. On the sacks front, we got 12 from Chris Jones, 9.5 Leonard Floyd, 8 from Pernell McPhee. And in the secondary, we got 6 picks for Jair Alexander, 5 for Amos, 4 for Kaiser White, 3 for Jones, Hightower, and Fuller. So plenty of interceptions. We must lead the league in interceptions. Looking at the yearly awards, MVP went to Aaron Rodgers. We had Mitchell Trubisky coming in at number 8. Coach of the year went to John Fox. I think that's the second time we've been able to win that award with him. Looking at the offensive player of the year, we got Trubisky at number 8. For defensive player of the year, Deion Jones, runner-up at number 2. Offensive rookie of the year went to Adrian Powell. We have Marcus Wright coming in at number 7. Defensive rookie of the year, we got Wingo here, our just flyer at corner at number 6. QB, Trubisky came at number 3. Best running back, Jordan Howard at number 6. Best wide receiver, we got Debo Samuel at number 9. For offensive line, we got Whitehair at 2, Little at 5, McGovern at 8. Defensive line, we have Chris Jones coming in at number 5. For linebacker, we got Deion Jones coming in at number 8. For defensive back, Jair Alexander wins it again, man. That guy's an absolute monster. Never forget Jair Alexander. Adrian Amos coming in at number 10 as well. But 15-1. This is the most unpredictable Madden-ish rebuild I've ever had. 15-1 and 13-3 would make sense, but when you have that one gap year, injuries are turned off. So the fact that we went 3-13 with a healthy, that's frustrating. We just lost a year, man. That's like one of those things. You just lost a year. I guess we'll go right now and see who we're taking on in the divisional round. And it's a 12-4 line, so a big-time rivalry matchup. Hopefully we're not one and done because this is it. This is the entirety of the rebuild. So let's pop into this game and hopefully get a Super Bowl push underway. All right, here we go. First and goal on the 5-yard line. Down 7-3. Don't want to settle for another field goal. I don't know why we're not. Oh, let's go, Shaheen! Adam Shaheen gets the go-ahead touchdown, but just enough time for Detroit with the play of the moments to put some points on the board for halftime. But hey, 10-7, not bad. What do you got for me, Debo? What do you got for me, Debo? Back up to the 1. You know, pretty much where we would have been. 3rd and goal, C4 special time. Jordan Howard's been our monster. He's been our MVP. So, why not put it on his shoulders? Go strong toss to the left. I can't even name any linebacker. Man, Cohen might have been a better option here. Gets the block, and there you go. Jordan Howard, like a gazelle, gets it in the end zone for the go-ahead touchdown here at Soldier Field. All right, here we go. 1st and goal on the 1-yard line to put this game out of reach. I think it's time for another C4 special. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the right. We're going to audible it. And that looks like a smart decision as Jordan Howard, our monster, the midway, is able to put this game hopefully out of reach. And the Bears are moving to the NFC Championship. Hopefully I didn't just jinx it. There we go, baby. 27-14. Your Chicago Bears are moving on, beating divisional rival Detroit Lions on the day. 246-1 for Mr. Trubisky. 12 carries, 42 yards for Jordan Howard, but 2 very influential and important C4 special touchdowns of the Bears. I think we're playing the Philadelphia Eagles here in the NFC Championship. Let's go out and do it. Here we go. We're playing the moments against the Eagles. Hopefully we don't have to get too much influence in this game. We'll pop in here at 3rd down. This one, it never feels good going on against the Eagles. It's the Jags somehow have made their way to the championship. I guess they do have Hall of Fame QB Blake Bortles. Madden 17 to Madden 18. You're not going to find a more dynamic weapon at the quarterback spot than Blake Bortles, which is ridiculous. This game needs to figure out some AI to get some inset. I'd be happy if, like, I don't even know. At least if Dak Prescott was, like, the guy that was constantly dominating. I'd be like, all right, that's understandable. Dak looks good. What about Blake Bortles? Looks promising. Unless he's playing in England, he looks like trash. There we go. We can move the chains here. We got a touchdown, 7-0 lead. The Eagles get a touchdown to tie it up 7-7 apiece. We're going to step right in here before the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 1. Our boy Debo. Pocket checking some motherfuckers. Let's go, Debo. And he dropped it. It dropped. Come on! You can't drop that. All right. 2-minute drill. We turn it over in the 2-minute drill. Awesome. Held him to a field goal. Turn that over. Awesome. All right, 3rd down alert. We're in scoring position to at least tie it up. Looks like we have had a couple Mr. Biscuit turnovers, so let's rely on the run game here with Jordan Howard to convert, move the chains. Oh, let's go. Oh, and he pops 25 for a nice gain of 11, I think. 90 yards rushing for Jordan Howard. We're in the red zone. Let us take over here. Let's get this 14. Let's get this action, dog. Let's get this 14-10. Samuel throws it into Samuel, who holds on to it this time after a big hit from Jordan Hicks. Up to the 9-yard line, 2nd and 1. Come on. Do it for the Bears. Do it for Chris Farley in that skit, Saturday Night Live. Let's see if we can hit Shaheen here on the slant, which we can. Lead him. And he holds on to it, and he actually drops it. Psych. Yeah, we have 2 picks for Trubisky. So, in crucial 3rd downs, why not run the ball? He's our best player. He's a 93 overall running back. Let him do his damn job. And there you go. That's a 1st down. Gain of 1, 92 yards rushing. 1st and goal. He's doing work. Let's go. C4 special here. C4 special is what we need. What side? Looks like I think they're gonna have this one read out here pretty well. Yep. Good play. Good play there, Eagles. There was a team that knew the C4 special, the intricacies of it, how to see it, how to stop it from happening. It would be the Philadelphia Eagles. So now it's time to throw the ball. We'll go Y stick. Something simple. Debo. Debo between the 2 defenders holds on for the go-ahead touchdown for the Bears. All right, here we are, down 20-14. End of game drive to try to go down there, get the touchdown, and we'll control it for the extra point to try to win this game. Very close. A little worried. We'll leave Kendall right here, who's showing everybody that he's not just a product of Baylor's air raid system as he makes a crucial first down catch. I'm thinking here's what we're going to do. We're going to turn on Chew the Clock, and hopefully we can take this to the 2-minute warning. We're going to have to run a play. Because now you got to kind of think preventive mode. I feel confident that I could be able to orchestrate a touchdown drive here, but I don't want to give the Eagles any time left on the clock. I don't even know if they have Carson Wentz still as their quarterback, but if they do, he's a kind of monster. I could, lead that game-winning drive. So let's control the clock, let's get a touchdown, and let's go to the Super Bowl. That's going to do it. Thank you for watching. Oh my god, I always get baited on screen passes. Or passes to anyone out the backfield. God damn it. Well, we got a tackle up to 95. We have a corner that's a 97. Entertaining rebuild for sure. Wasn't as hard as I thought. We had 2 outstanding seasons. Got to 15-1. If it wasn't for my complete liability there, we would have been able to win. As always, if it's your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Check out the Patreon. If, I could probably use some of that money to buy myself some lessons of Madden school. If you want to support me through that way. Leave a comment in the comment section below with what team you want to see next. I don't know if I said subscribe already. I don't know. I'm just in a haze right now because of this defeat. But subscribe if you haven't. Until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.